All right, welcome back to the post-Thanksgiving special of Take What You Can. And I'm already out of breath. Goodness gracious, I probably gained about 10 pounds just from eating food, and then I just had to chase my cat around. So if I am huffing and puffing like Panay Sewell after that incomplete pass, I guess we'll call it, then, that's what it's going to be like. Welcome to 1 hour of me breathing. Please follow. Okay. So I think today we're going to mainly focus on the three games that we saw. Bears versus Lions, or Bears at Lions. Goodness gracious, excuse me. Giants at Cowboys and Dolphins at Packers. So, a hot topic today on X was the firing of Matt Eberflus and just basically the end performance. If you've listened to this podcast before, you know how I feel. I'm not going to sit here and act like Matt Eberflus is the greatest coach ever, that he's flawless. But also at the end of the day, he's got that defense playing well. I guess the main point I want to make is that if Eberflus is going to go, Ryan Poles should go as well. And we, in previous episodes, we've talked about the cyclical mistake that a lot of franchises make. What you need to do is make sure you get the the head coach and the general manager at the same time. Then they must make their quarterback decision at the same time and must agree on it. Not, I have a GM and a quarterback, but I'm going to hire a coach. Not, I have a coach and I'm going to hire a GM and a quarterback, or any iteration of that. It should be coach and general manager together hired. They work hand in hand, that pick a quarterback together. Now, the problem with Caleb is that, let's see here, because, okay, so you've got Eberflus and you've got Ryan Poles, right? Which, they are doing things, are they doing things correctly? Am I just wrong here? Are they doing exactly what I say they should do? Okay, yeah, general manager 2022, Matt Eberflus was head coach in 2022. Okay. So the problem with Justin Fields is that he wasn't drafted by these two, right? So actually, you're doing things the right way. Okay. Well, that's the end of the podcast. I'm just kidding. No, I think the next step, maybe I'm a little harsh for this reason, but I think the next step is then get rid of them both still. But then you have the problem with you've got Caleb, who you didn't draft together. I think a lot of times they all three need to go hand in hand. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I guess I'd have to think that out a little more. Right now I'm just kind of verbally processing it, but because with someone like Caleb, you know, if I were the Bears, I'd just ride it out. Then I'm either getting rid of everybody, which I feel like is kind of nonsense to get rid of all three, Caleb, Poles, and Eberflus. So I think you ride it out. Because to me, I think Eberflus is just a scapegoat. Because Poles has just as much to do with this as Eberflus does. I'm not saying Eberflus is amazing, but he does have this defense playing well. You know, they've been in a lot of games, and yes, he's made a lot of mistakes, but at the end of the day, you know, they're underdeveloped on the offensive and defensive line. You know, I had an interesting conversation with someone on X, actually. Not to mention, first, let me say this. Everyone kept using the phrase malpractice. Now, what you learn from watching politics and just these propaganda machines that are legacy media, when you start to notice that people are using the same terms over and over, but different people about, especially if it's a word or a phrase that isn't commonly used. Everywhere I looked, from ML football to Kendrick Perkins to Nick Wright, maybe it wasn't Nick Wright, but those kind of people, I must have saw 5 times on my timeline the phrase malpractice, coaching malpractice. And it makes you think, were they told to say this? Were they told to say it? Is someone trying to push something? I don't mean to sound that way, but at the end of the day, what are the odds of I'm scrolling through my timeline and 5 times I see the word malpractice, which I've never seen used in a football terminology sense ever. So then, but on the other hand, ML football is a confusing account because I think they're just more news than maybe just like opinions. Caleb Williams threw the ball short to DJ Moore. If he hits Moore, who's wide open, the Bears should have won. So you see Brett Coleman, RG3, Big Cat from Barstool Sports, all talking about how Eberflus should get fired. Coleman's a fake Bears fan. To me, I don't know how you change fans or change teams as a fan. That's just so weird. What kind of grown man changes the team he's a fan of? Like you have to ride or die. It's hard to trust people who just switch teams. It's really weird. At least what you can say about Big Cat is he's always been a Bears fan. But yeah, basically Caleb Williams misses DJ Moore completely, who had basically a wide open path to the end zone, if not like definitely getting within the 10-yard line. And I just said, was this Matt Eberflus's fault? And I tagged Brett Coleman, RG3, Barstool, Big Cat. Obviously, they're not going to reply to me. I understand that. But it's just like kind of challenging this narrative because everyone wanted to scapegoat him. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's not doing anything wrong. But also at the end of the day, like you're just going to have the same problems. So, for example, I tweeted, firing Matt Eberflus has become the mainstream media mob's new demand. He's getting in the way of Caleb's success. This is kind of the narrative that they were saying. And I said, or what if it's a poor offensive line and roster construction? What if Caleb lacks in leadership character? Yes, after the game, Caleb actually showed some pretty good leadership. I just question his maturity level for what is expected of him. Sometimes it's easy when you're on X or your Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's easy to get into, hot takes or quick snap judgments of things. And that's what really feeds it. And that's, it has its own spot. But the perfect thing about this medium as a podcast, you're able to provide nuance. Now, do I like to make fun of Caleb Williams about the painting nails and this and that? And you can say whatever you want about that. At the end of the day, he's just a young man. What is he, 22 years old? I think, okay, he's 23. Even then, he's still young. But at the end of the day, he's a young man who I think in his brain is supposed to be Peyton Manning, is supposed to be Tom Brady, is supposed to be the next one. The next Mahomes even. He has so much room for growth, not necessarily in his talents, but in his knowledge of the game of football. And I want to give him that grace and time. But what I think the unfair thing is that Bears fans are expecting of him is really what this Eberflus stuff is really going to hurt Caleb in the long run. Because if you fire Eberflus, to me, if you expect this much out of Caleb this early on, you're going to be disappointed. Nothing against him, nothing against his talent, his ability. You can't put this much on a young man's shoulders and expect him to handle it. Mahomes didn't handle it. Peyton Manning couldn't even handle it. Tom Brady didn't handle it. All these quarterbacks did not handle, right? Peyton Manning threw the most interceptions as a rookie quarterback. He was on a terrible team. He had to work his way out of it. Mahomes sat for a year and blew up. But also a big reason was he had one of the best coaches in NFL history, plus an insanely stacked offense around him. Tom Brady didn't start until, I believe, his second year, maybe his third year, on a fluke injury. They won the Super Bowl, but not because of him. Not because of Tom Brady. He was what we would call a game manager at that point. That's what he was. So even when you give the examples of the greatest, they don't live up to what we're expecting of Caleb. So this is what's frustrating. I had Caleb as my top prospect. I'm not dogging his ability. I'm not even fully dogging his character. I don't know him personally. But you can see that he's a young man who needs time to grow as a person and as a professional. He's been told he's going to be the greatest. I'm sure of it. He thinks he's among those names, which he very well could be. But at the end of the day, we need to give him grace and time. And what you're telling me by firing up this Eberflus being fired thing, yes, you think it's going to help Caleb because you want to see him succeed. But in the long run, you're setting him up to be the next scapegoat. Because if you're willing to throw Matt Eberflus to the side this quickly, then you're willing to throw Caleb just as quickly. And that's the problem with Bears fans. And that's the problem, or I wouldn't even say Bears fans, all of them. Because when you look at the popular accounts, they say Eberflus is needs to be fired. But when you look at the top replies, it was like, well, Caleb is making mistakes too. Yes, and there's nothing wrong with pointing them out because he's a rookie. When we talked about this previously, I think they were 4-5 when we talked about them. I had said, are any great franchises going to be mad at being 4-5 with a top 10 defense, even top 5-ish defense with a rookie quarterback? No. But what did you do? You sold Caleb as the next Mahomes. You sold him to your fans. You expect him to be that guy. You put Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze around him, DeAndre Swift. You put all this flashy, surface level things about a football team onto him. Look at Jordan Love right now. Look at the way they dominated that game. Jordan Love played well. Actually, I don't even fully know. Jordan Love is good. I haven't looked at the stats. I saw maybe 40% of the game. I was driving home from family stuff, but we'll get to that game when we get there. But my point is that Jordan took time. Aaron Rodgers took time. Even look at Baker Mayfield right now. Sam Darnold. All these quarterbacks are taking time. That's the way it should be. So what you're doing with Eberflus is you're really saying you're really hurting Caleb at the end of the day. Caleb might not even know this. Obviously, these people who claim to back Caleb don't know this because I even saw Big Cat say something along the lines of oh yeah, I'm sick of these Caleb haters. I'm riding with Caleb. Okay. And when Caleb disappoints because he can't do it all on his own when you expect him to? Yeah. Now, if we wanted to talk about firing Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles at the same time, that means real change. That means, okay, we are doing this incorrectly. We need to get the people in here that know how to do it correctly. But when you're just talking about Eberflus, you're saying, okay, it's just the coaching. Nothing's wrong with the roster. Or the roster's great, and we're gonna find a way to make it work. And also a big reason why the media could be pushing this, or the legacy media, new NFL Network media, ESPN, whatever you want to call them, is they want Caleb to be Mahomes, and they see Eberflus as a problem, and they want the highlight plays, and they see it's just so, like, that's not what makes football great. That's not what made America fall in love with football. So I posted, I'm like, I'm so excited to watch this flawless Chicago Bears roster win the Super Bowl next season with their brand new head coach and mature starting quarterback. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic because this team is not winning the Super Bowl, especially in this division, the NFC North. There's no chance. Matt Eberflus is not the greatest coach, but he's also not the worst one either. And so, for example, I'm going to go back to this tweet, this post, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I said, okay, like I said, what if Caleb lacks in leadership character, offensive line roster construction? One person tagged Big Cat and said, found Eberflus burner. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Eberflus's burner for sure, because that's what I do in my free time here. Someone said, this guy, what I respect about this guy is even though he disagrees, he gave me a genuine response. He said, if you're unsure if Caleb has leadership character or not, the worst thing you can do is have him coached by Eberflus, who we can be 100% positive lacks leadership character. I don't know. I don't claim that to be true. I mean, this guy seems like he is a Bears fan. He probably watches more press conferences than me. I've actually went to a conference where Matt Eberflus was there. He seemed like a really stand-up guy. He spoke. I met him in person. Just seemed like a genuine guy, right? But again, I will try to defer the best I can. If this guy's, an ultimate Bears fan, he's watching every press conference. I could look more into those for sure. But I responded to him. I said, in no way am I saying Eberflus is even close to perfect. My point is that Poles should be going down with him. If you just get rid of Eberflus, these problems will continue. And he even said, kudos to him. He said, can't disagree with that. Poles is living off of one, albeit great GM decision. He hired Eberflus, which I believe he's talking about Caleb Williams. He hired Flus, he hired Williams, he hired Waldron, and didn't even bring back any others for a second interview. He traded for Claypool, or a second for Claypool, I think is what they did. And then he said, but I'll take what I can get. And I just said, yes, sir. I don't know if the last sentence was a pun on purpose, but God bless you. And he liked it. Seemed like a nice guy. But yeah, that was just a funny interaction. But that's what I don't think most people disagree with that. Because they both have not made good decisions as a whole. And what's weird is that I saw it on X as well. Someone posted, it's like, Poles is a former offensive lineman, and the trenches are suffering for Chicago. They are suffering, especially the offensive line. And yes, they've tried. I get it, right? But you even see James Daniels, who used to be on Chicago, just thriving in Pittsburgh right now. So, it becomes, what is the question? What is going on? Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to break down this last possession that everyone seems to be so upset about, right? Okay, I watched the game. Obviously, I'm talking with family, trying to post on X as much as I can. Okay, the Bears, it's 4th and 2. The Lions are on their own 38-yard line, and they're actually going to punt. I was not sure if Dan Campbell, obviously, it would be stupid if he'd go for it, but I wasn't sure if he would go for it because Dan Campbell is definitely known for going for it in stupid ways on 4th down because he wants to prove that he's aggressive. But this one, he decided to take the conservative route. Totally get it. The Bears' offense was hot. I mean, actually, this might have not been the stupidest decision. But we'll see. Okay. Own 38-yard line, 4th and 2, 3 minutes and 43 seconds left. Plenty of time. The score is 23-20. Detroit's winning the game. Chicago's been behind the whole game. They start to get some momentum in the second half. Now is the time. The crazy thing about all of this is that, what was it, last week? Yeah, the Vikings played the Bears last week. Caleb had the ball. He backed up 10, 15 yards, whatever it was, took a sack on, I think, second down in overtime. He had a chance to win the game, and he blew it. That wasn't just Eberflus. That was him too, which is fine. Not okay for the time being, but in the grand scheme of things, as a rookie quarterback, that is okay. It takes time to grow. But if we're going to go off, all right, we need to win right now. We have the best quarterback to come in a generation. We got Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Rome Odunze, DJ Moore. We better be winning. We better win the Super Bowl. We are at least a playoff team. We better win a playoff game. And we're 4-7. We have a chance to beat the first place in the league, Lions. And last week we had a chance to beat one of the other best teams in the NFL, the Vikings. But okay, go ahead. Take it away. Lions punting the ball here. Good punt. Solid punt. Who is that? I don't even know who the punt returner is. They let it go. The Lions, it bounces to the 1. The Lions stop it. It was very close. It looked like one of the Lions players, the back of his heel almost touched the white of the end zone, so it was almost a touchback. I would have challenged it because there was one angle where it barely looked like it wasn't. I'm looking at it right now. It's from behind number 30 of the Lions. You can see a little bit of green, which we're all like, everyone in my family was like, oh, it's obviously, it's out. Or he's still in, I mean. But then you see a side angle from the pylon, and you can see that just a little bit, he is touching it. It looks like he is. It's so close. I thought it was worth challenging it. But to discredit Eberflus a little bit, he doesn't do well with challenges, but this might have been the one to challenge. So, honestly, I don't think either coach made a great decision on what happened to be a very crucial punt in the game. Okay, so it's 3:31 left in the game. The Bears have it on their own 1-yard line. They got trips right. It looks like DJ Moore's at the top of the screen. I can't tell. I think it's DeAndre Swift in the shotgun with Caleb Williams. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10 from your own 1. Play clock's going down. Keenan Allen, fake motion. Caleb Williams gets the completion, probably about 5 yards of Keenan Allen. One of the linebackers for the Lions just rips off his helmet, and Keenan Allen is probably mad that his bald head is showing, throws the ball at the ref, starts swearing. Immediately, flag. Immediately. And all I saw about Keenan Allen was the players did everything they could to win this game. Really? You're, 31 years old? You've been in the league for how long? And your own team's at your own 1, and you're throwing the football, getting on sportsmanlike conduct on your own 1-yard line when you're trying to have a game-winning drive? And you're blaming who? The coaches? Did the coaches take off your helmet? Did the coaches throw the football? I think about this a lot. I think our society for so long, which I lean a little bit more this way of respect the authority, follow what the coach says, assume that the coach is right, the players are wrong, this and that. Our culture has swung completely the other way, where it's always players are right, coaches are wrong, this and that. But in reality, somewhere a little bit in the middle, maybe a little bit more towards the coach is where I believe is the right way to fall. Right? And at the end of the day, you have to take accountability for what you did. Granted, Eberflus said they feel like they made the right decision. We're going to talk about it as I watch it. But again, 3:18 left in the football game. You just get a positive gain to get out of in your own end zone, right? What happens? You're probably one of your most veteran players gets an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Right? Like, seriously? And your post game being like, oh, well, we did everything we can as players. Jeez, we got the wind in the background. I'm closing the window. Okay, so what? What could have been 2nd and 4 is now what? What do we got here? 2nd and 7, maybe? Yeah. So you make a mistake as a player. We're in the shotgun again, 2nd and 7. Caleb tries to throw it to Rome Odunze. He's going to put him in a freaking, just a hurt locker here. He's throwing it in between two linebacker, or at least a corner and a linebacker. He's going to put Rome Odunze in harm's way. Rome Odunze stops to try to hit the soft zone or just hit somewhere in the middle where he can get open, but he's not going to want to take that hit. He's going to get lit up. It's a terrible throw. Let's rewind it one more time. Okay. All right. Caleb looks for DJ Moore on the out route. Doesn't have anything. Nobody's open. Okay, it's covered. That's fine. 3rd and 7. Again, because of Keenan Allen, instead of 3rd and 4, or 2nd and 4, whatever it was, 2nd and 3rd and short, where you could be running the ball, because you have plenty of time left. You have 3 timeouts left, and there's over 3 minutes. You have plenty of time. You could be running the ball on 2nd down. But again, you're trying to force the ball in there because you got to get it out quick. You cannot take a sack, especially with the way Caleb backs up. It's 3rd and 7. 3:14 left in the ball game. They're breaking the huddle at 6 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. He has to call timeout because he's not getting out of the huddle quick enough. So Caleb felt fine taking that timeout. He felt fine taking that timeout. The more that I watch this, the more I don't know how you can sit here and blame Eberflus as much as you have. Literally, they're breaking. Okay, let's rewatch this. Let's go back to that 2nd down play. Right? Let's go back to that 2nd down play. Okay. Incomplete pass. They got 35 seconds. We're down to 30 seconds. Caleb's trying to hear the play. 25 seconds. Still trying to hear the play. Right, which is fine. 20 seconds. Still no play. Waiting on the play. Gets the play at 16 seconds. Calls it when he's in the huddle. 15 seconds. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Breaking the huddle at 8 seconds. We're not moving fast. 4 seconds. Still not everyone's lined up. Timeout. Yes, you could say, maybe you could have got the play call in a little faster. Sure. But are you rushing it? Let's see here. Why is DJ Moore, right? Because yes, again, coaching is an aspect of it, for sure. But why is DJ Moore lollygagging to the line of scrimmage at 2 seconds? Why is Keenan Allen putting his back foot to get set at 2 seconds? Why? You have 2 veteran wide receivers who have played plenty of football, and they're the last ones lining up. But no, we want to talk about Eberflus. Okay, you have to call a timeout. Caleb had no problem calling timeout that time. Cool. Okay, they're calling the play. 25 seconds on the play clock. The play is being called because it's a timeout. It starts when they break the huddle. Okay, we're still waiting on it. Huddle breaks. Play clock starts. 3rd and 7. Got plenty of time. 19, 17, 15. Okay, Keenan Allen motions to the right. They're blitzing. It's hot. Okay, you got a great crossing route. DJ Moore takes it to the 29-yard line. Great play. Gets out of bounds. 3:06 left. Great play call. Great execution. It was hot. But you got the blitz was coming. The Bears offensive line picked it up well. DJ Moore beat his guys. Just straight speed. Beat him. You had a crossing route. Open up space. Cole Kmet open up space. Okay. That's fine. Okay. 1st and 10. 3:06 left. Clock is stopped. Okay, now I got a commercial for some reason. Since when do you have commercials on NFL Plus? Okay, whatever. I already have Paramount Plus. Don't need a commercial for it. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, play clock starting. 25 seconds. Breaking the huddle. Right? 1st and 10 on your own 29-yard line. Plenty of time. All right, motion Cole Kmet. All right, Caleb avoids sacks. Backs up. Okay, let's see here. Let's break this down. Okay, remember, own 29-yard line. Caleb standing at the 24, right? 5 yards back. That's fine. Shotgun snap. Okay, initial drop back. He's at the 19. His guy gets, which you could argue, that's a little far. By the end of his drop back, he's not stepping up, right? 19-yard line. Okay. Okay, we're stopping. He's planting his back foot at the 19, almost 18-yard line. He can't step up. His guy got beat. The angle's bad already. He backs up even more, starts to roll out, stops at the 16-yard line. 2 guys coming in from each side. Lions players coming in from both sides. He tries to sprint through them, which is fine, right? Whatever. But you're already way too far back. He tries to sprint through them. Finally lands at the 24-yard line. Sacked. Loss of 5 yards. Okay. Clock's running now. 2nd and 15. Clock's running. Right? Okay, we got behind angle, right? Pocket's not too bad. The right tackle's getting straight up beat. You know? But instead of realizing this and stepping up and running between the right guard and the right tackle, right? At least trying to step up in the pocket. Okay, I had to rewind just a little bit. Okay, great pocket on the middle and the left side. Great pocket. Left tackle has got his guy stumbling. He's not going to make it, at least very easily. Okay, right tackle's getting beat a little bit. But instead of realizing this, Caleb sees, a strong shell coverage on the left side. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, they're all covered, right? At this point, I can see this when I stop. Okay, instead of stepping up, guy gets beat. He goes back, tries to cut it inward. Nobody's open. Nobody. Okay, 2nd and 15. 2:36 left, counting down. Okay, we hiked the ball at 2:31. Let's see one more time here. Okay. I'm going to see where we started here. In the shotgun again. Caleb standing at the 19-yard line. They're at the 24. They got the ball at the 24. Caleb takes the snap. Backs up. Plants his back foot at the 14-yard line. Steps up a little bit. Throws a great ball to DJ Moore. Okay, gets it going. Out of bounds. DJ Moore is clearly doing way better than anybody else on this offense. Even better than Caleb. Okay. Caleb's at this point 14 for 20, 208 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's playing great. Okay? And again, I'm not saying it's black and white. There's nuance to this. And this is why we're going over this. 3rd and 1. 2:25 left. Breaking the huddle with 13 seconds on the game clock. Caleb's hurrying everybody up this time because they're trying to get the Lions offsides. They've got too many people on the field. What happens? The refs stop the ball. They reset the game clock. Okay, that's fine. We're at 20 seconds again. We're under center. Gives the ball to DeAndre Swift. Great play. 3rd and 1. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time. They got the ball at the 39-yard line. 3rd and 1. 2:25. Great run. Great play call. They get it to the 50, 51-yard line. 2:19. Clock's ticking down. That's fine. You have 2 timeouts left and the 2-minute warning. At this point, this is where I'd blame Eberflus. This is when you should be calling timeout. Because instead, you're trying to get a play in. Okay? It's 2:10 left on the clock. There's an injury. Okay. Saved. Saved by an injury. Because at that point, you're waiting for the clock to go down. Right? So they're going to get it with 2:12. Okay, their center's down, so they have a new center at 2:12 left in the game. Ball's at the 51-yard line. You got plenty of time. We're working through some things here. Waiting a long time for that ball. Or to start that play here. Okay. Clock's ticking now. 2:08, 2:07, 2:06. This is when the timeout should have been called. That's on Eberflus. That's when I think the timeout could have been called. Because at that point, you got 1st and 10. You know, you got the defense on their heels a little bit. You should have called a timeout because you had the injury timeout anyway. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe letting it ride. You know, you kind of lost momentum because your center got hurt. You want to take some time. Okay. That one's a little more arguable. Okay. But I would have took a timeout there. You have momentum. Even though your center got hurt, you have momentum. You're giving the Lions way more time on defense to see what you're doing and how you're moving this ball down the field. Okay, you're breaking the huddle. 2 minutes left. You're at the 50-yard line exactly. You got 2 minutes. You got 2 timeouts left. Let's see it. 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, we're letting it go. Play action to DJ Moore. Nothing. Caleb takes the sack, which is fine, right? Okay, but let's see here. 4-man rush. You got DJ Moore on the out route to the swing route on the right side of the play action. You got DeAndre Swift blocking as well, so it's straight 6-on-4. Okay, you're stepping up. Okay, you got a delayed blitzer. Linebacker, delayed blitz. Nobody's open. Okay, at this point, let's see here. So we hike the ball at 2 minutes. I'm going to stop the clock when this delayed blitz starts. Okay, 1:58. That's a solid 2 seconds. That might not seem like a lot to the average person, but when you're trying to get the ball out fast, I see DJ Moore out on a swing route. I see Keenan Allen one-on-one around the bottom of the screen on the sideline. You need to throw this ball away, Caleb. If you don't have it, you don't have it. He holds it. He holds it, and instead of just throwing it away, he pump fakes, sees someone's coming right in his face, pause, someone's coming, and he swings to the left where that delayed blitz is. He held the ball too long. You got to let it go. Okay, you take a sack. Clock's ticking. 52, 51, 50. We're at 1:48. 2nd and 17. Also a good time for another timeout. But no, what happens? I would argue that would have been the time for the timeout. These past 2 timeouts would have been the time for timeouts. Okay. Now we're all the way down to 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're at our own 43-yard line. 43-yard line again. We're in our own territory. Caleb's dancing, makes a play. Rushes it back to the 43-yard line. Clock's still ticking, I think. Okay, they're showing me the replay here. Okay, they called timeout. 3rd and 4. Caleb makes a good play. He just gets out of there. He looked like he wanted to hold the ball a little too long. 3rd and 4. Detroit calls a timeout. Detroit did. So you got 1:08 because Detroit's like crap. They're in field goal, or they're about to be in field goal range. Okay, you still have 2 timeouts. 1:08. 3rd and 4. In the enemy's 44-yard line. Okay. Caleb's in shotgun. You got trips right again. I think you got DJ Moore at the top of your screen, one-on-one. Okay, he's looking right. You got a lot of people covered, except Keenan Allen. He's about to make the move on somebody. Right? Throws. Okay, maybe not great play calling. I don't know. Maybe not great execution. But you got trips right. You got Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen motions to the right. Literally, Cole Kmet and Rome Odunze have 3 people around them. and they're within a yard of each other. They're triple covered, basically. Keenan Allen is probably trying to cut inside. You have a linebacker who's definitely reading it, and you have a fourth guy coming in to try to break it up too. So it's 4-on-3 coverage within the span of 4 yards. Caleb throws it anyway. Lets it go. Let's look at the protection he had this time. Okay, they're rushing 5, A-gap blitz. Nothing. They have nothing. Nothing. He throws it into quadruple coverage, which, yes, you could say the play calling probably isn't great if 3 guys are within 4 yards. But again, just hit the mic and restarted the game. Production value is as high as it gets, guys. As high as it gets. Oh, we got to go backwards more here. Rut-row, Reggie. Oh, come on. Production value all the way. Why would it do this? This is crazy. This whole sequence is just nuts so far. If I can get back to where I need to be here. The problem when you're looking at a 2-hour-long video, almost 3-hour-long video, you click like an inch and it's like 3 minutes. Okay, we're back to the 3rd and 4 again. You know, Caleb throws it into quadruple coverage. Terrible throw. When you see, I'd like to see the all 22, but it looks like Caleb's breaking open on a post route. I don't know. I'd like to see the other angle on this because he really tries to force it to Caleb. Hits a linebacker in the back. Okay, 4th and 4, 1 minute and 4 seconds left. You still have 2 timeouts. You're at what, the 43-yard line? I'd have to see it again. Play clock's at 14 seconds. It's running down. Okay, we're lined up with 6 seconds. Fully lined up. No, I'm sorry. DJ Moore, what it looks like to be DJ Moore, sets his back foot with 6 seconds left. Okay, plenty of time. Fine, but we need to get the ball moving here. We need some urgency, Caleb. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. We need some urgency. 4th and 4, 6 seconds left on the play clock, 1 minute and 4 seconds on the enemy 44-yard line. Okay, Caleb's in the shotgun. Rome Odunze goes out. It looks like a very similar play call to the one that they had. Same thing, crossing route. It's literally the exact same, if not very close, to the play that DJ Moore helped them out when they were in their own territory. We're at 56 seconds. Now I'm going to go back a little bit. DJ Moore gets us to the 22-yard line, 23-yard line, but there's a flag. Let's see what it is. Because I remember the sequence, like watching it, but the crazy thing is just like really breaking it down and seeing all the problems. We're seeing where the flag is. Eberflus looks concerned. Pass interference, offense. Who's it on again? Cole Kmet. Okay. Repeat, 4th down. Because Cole Kmet's basically setting a pick. And it's a bad play. Right? It's a good call because it's a pick route, but he executes it terribly. He runs right into him. Is that coaching? Maybe a little bit. But also at the same time, you're calling the right play. Some of that might be on the player, right? I think we just assume if a player is not operating constantly at maximum potential, we just assume it's the coach. Okay, now we're back in our own territory again. It is 4th and 14, 56 seconds left at our own 46-yard line. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Already, again, hiking the ball at 2. You could have had a false start on your offensive lineman, but they let it go. Okay. Where Caleb, he's taking the snap at the 41-yard line. Maybe I'll have to do more research in this, but he drops back very far. He's at the 41-yard line. He's 5 yards back. That's fine. Okay. He's planting that back foot at the 36-yard line. Right? Okay, fine. Steps up in the pocket. He's got a relatively clean pocket. Fine. Instead of trusting his offensive lineman, he tries to scramble out to the right. Scrambles more, flings it downfield into nothing. They get lucky. Caleb did nothing. He could have stayed in that pocket and tried to make it work. And even if he's going to scramble, he threw a terrible ball. Then the Bears, I don't know if it was a real penalty. We're going to watch the replay, but the Bears get so lucky on this pass interference call. So lucky. Pass interference, defense. Yep. Jeez, this whole episode's going to be this. This sequence is insane. Yeah. Vildor's just perplexed. He looks like, I don't know. I want to see this. Okay, he's holding DJ Moore kind of a lot. That's fine. Okay, he's kind of on him. He's hugging him a little bit. Okay. I mean, maybe a little bit. Okay, they definitely should have had a false start on their tackle. But okay. Right? I want to see the all-22 version of this here. Okay. Trips right. You got your, Cole Kmet set up on the left side. Offensive tackle, definitely false start. But okay. Okay. Rome Odunze's running across the field. Is it going to open up? Yes, he's open. Left side. But what? Instead of stepping up more into your pocket, trusting your offensive lineman, you got two offensive linemen, your right tackle and your right guard, about to take this guy out. I know he's right there, but you wouldn't have a problem. Rome Odunze's coming across wide open. He's wide open. And what do? Literally, by the time you try to make a move from this guy, your right guard already has him blocked. You peel out to the right, even though the play is set to the left. And this ball should have been out by already. Rome Odunze's wide open. Keenan Allen's coming open. DJ Moore probably would be open, but you're rolling to the right. And you try to throw across your body from the 30-yard line. Right? Here, I'm going to replay it again. Cole Kmet's just basically blocking. You have what? Okay. Caleb and 3 receivers, that's 4. You have 7 people blocking. And all 3 of your wide receivers are basically open. Definitely 2 of them. For sure 1 of them. You're rolling out to the right, 32-yard line. You're trying to throw to someone who's doing a deep post to the left side of the field. You're all the way on past the other hash, all the way on the right side by the numbers when they're at the right hash, and you're trying to throw across your body and you don't even get it close. Okay, cool. That's Eberflus's fault. Okay, 5 seconds left, 4 seconds left. Keenan Allen doesn't know where he's going. He's telling him to motion, hiking the ball at 2 seconds. Again, last minute, every single time. Last second, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore don't know where they're supposed to be, but okay. Okay, steps up, got a clean pocket. Throw it to DJ Moore. Okay. Okay, this is going to sound, if you take it out of context, yes, it sounds like I'm dogging on Caleb. I am well aware of Caleb's talent and his ability. I am talking about him in the context of the fact that he's a rookie, and I know that. All of what is happening is okay. But I have to point out the issues because people look at Caleb like he could do no wrong. Okay, you've got 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line after being what? Brought back into your own territory 3 times. At least once because of Caleb. This has happened so much that I don't even remember what happened the other times. Okay, you got lucky when it should have been a false start, and you got a ticky-tack pass interference call. Okay, so you're lucky that you're even in this position, but okay. Okay, trips left this time. 46 seconds left, 5 seconds on the... Literally 4 seconds are on the game clock, or on the play clock, and Caleb's telling Keenan Allen to motion left. Okay, cool. 2 seconds, you hike the ball. Caleb backs up. He's got a clean pocket. He steps into it. Ball's out. Guy's about to hit him, but ball's out. He's got at least a 2-yard gap, 1-yard gap between him and the guy. Clear. DJ Moore is wide open on a crossing route. As wide open as it can get. You run the exact same crossing route you've done with Cole Kmet picking, that you've done well on twice. And Cole Kmet didn't blow up the DB this time, so it worked. Okay, cool. You throw it behind him in the ground. Yes, you got hit. The ball was very clearly out of your hands. Bam, ball's out. Guy hasn't even touched you yet. Ball's already past the line of scrimmage in the air. Guy hasn't touched you yet. You barely get hit. Throws behind him at his feet. Why? You had plenty of time to step up. Yes, you stepped up, right? Okay, you did your 3-step drop. You had time to step up. You didn't set your feet right, and you threw a terrible throw. Okay, fine. That was the throw that I was talking about, where he was wide open. ML Football tweeted it. Now he's acting hurt. Is he hurt? Maybe. Is he tired? I'm sure he is. This whole sequence is insane. Okay. Caleb blew it. You're probably within the 10-yard line with 43 seconds left. You can call timeout left. Keep in mind, the Bears still have 2 timeouts left. They are in field goal range. It is 2nd and 10 at the 25. Again, you're getting set up. DJ Moore is putting his back foot back with 3 seconds left. Okay. Keenan Allen motions. False start. Oh, timeout. Okay. Caleb throws a hissy fit because they called a timeout. Can you blame them? You haven't gotten the ball off quickly the whole drive. And this is crucial. You're at the freaking 25-yard line. False start backs you up even more. You are in field goal range. You cannot lose this. You've gone back several times. You've taken sacks, or we've had penalties bring you back consistently. And they call timeout because you're bringing it down to the last second every single time. You look tired. You look hurt. They're trying to help you out at this point. They called that timeout because of Caleb. That wasn't Eberflus. Wait, do they have the... Okay, I think they got the replay on the DJ Moore thing. On the missed throw. Okay. Keenan Allen does an out route on the left side, top of the screen. Most of the DBs are shifting to Caleb's right. Caleb's looking left the whole time. Everybody's running right except a DB running left that's following DJ Moore, but he's getting picked by Cole Kmet. And the only other one is covering Keenan Allen on the boundary on the left side, high towards the red zone. They're at the 25. Dude, DJ Moore is wide open. That's at least within the 10-yard line. Probably a touchdown. Caleb misses him completely. And again, we're looking from behind Caleb, so let's watch it again. Because, oh no, he got hit. Ball's out. Ball's already in the air past the line of scrimmage by the time even someone's about to touch him. Gets hit at the end. Nothing. Totally on Caleb. Totally on Caleb. Here's my take. I don't think the other Bears players are as mad at Eberflus as people think for the reasons that they think. I don't think it's because Eberflus is a bad coach as much as it is that they got rid of Justin Fields and got Caleb Williams. Or they don't believe. I don't think this team trusts Caleb Williams, because it's one thing to be a rookie and make these mistakes, but the way he thinks of himself just seems so... I'm not saying his ego's so high. I just think he thinks of himself in this echelon as the next great quarterback, and that's fine. But with some of that, you will lack a little humility here. Okay, we got 2nd and 10. Own 25. You just had a timeout. Play clock's at 5 again. 4. At 4 seconds, Keenan Allen is motioning. Ball's hiked at 3. Okay, that's the best you're getting out of Caleb. Is balls getting hiked at 3 seconds. Okay. You're rushing 4. DJ Moore's open. Keenan Allen's open. Out route. Okay. First down, Keenan Allen. He gets out of bounds and everything. First and 10. 36 seconds. Okay, there's a flag. Oh my gosh, this whole sequence is just nuts. Is it a legal block in the back? I'm not playing this with sound. I'm trying to read lips here. Illegal hands to the face on the offensive lineman. Okay, your best offensive lineman. Which, yes, coaching is a part of it. But also, Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles. Right? You even complete a play. 2nd and 20. 36 seconds left. You got 1 timeout. 25 seconds on the play clock. Now it's counting. Play's getting called. Kicker's getting ready. "13 seconds. Okay, this is the best how quickly they've gotten lined up. 2nd and 20 at their own 35. Caleb takes a sack. Okay. You are completely in spread formation. What do they blitz? They don't even blitz. They show blitz, but they don't. 4. Oh my gosh. Dude. Their right tackle literally isn't even looking at the guy he's supposed to be blocking. And he probably didn't even think they were ready to hike the ball. There's still 11 seconds left on the play clock. He's probably not used to it. They show blitz with the DB. Fakes blitz. Right? Oh my gosh. The right tackle just misses him. Caleb takes a sack. Doesn't let it go. Worse. Yes. Okay. Terrible. Terrible blocking. Ryan Poles. Terrible players. Caleb Williams takes a sack. Yes, I get it. Terrible blocking. Dude, just let it go. Let's look at who you got to the right of the screen because you're looking right the whole time, I'm pretty sure. Let's see where Caleb's looking. Okay, he's looking right away. You got at least one guy down the boundary. Chuck it out of bounds. Just chuck it out. Stop trying to make a play. You're backed up. You just took a sack at the, 41 now? You're at the 41. Clock's ticking. 27, 26, 25. It's 3rd and 26. You can't call a timeout. What are people talking about? You can't call a timeout. Okay, play is getting... ball doesn't get hiked. 16, 15. They're lined up at 14 seconds. Hike the ball. Caleb's taking his sweet old time. Oh my gosh. He doesn't hike it till 6 seconds. And he chucks it downfield. How can you blame Eberflus? Okay, I get it. You want to call a timeout. Okay, the best explanation I can give for people on wanting... Okay, first of all, Caleb shouldn't have took the sack. You have to let it go. Terrible blocking in the first place, right? The guy just misses. I don't know how else you can coach. There's nothing to coach. The guy just didn't see him at all. That's poor play. Okay, you're back up and trying to call a play at 25 seconds. Okay? 25 seconds, you're at your own 41-yard line. It's not field goal range. It is not field goal range. 25 seconds, you're getting everyone back. 22, 21, you're calling the play. 20, 19, 18, you're calling the play still, Caleb. 15 seconds. Your team can't... DJ Moore doesn't know what the play is. Cole Kmet's telling him the play with 12 seconds. Everybody looks ready at 9 seconds. Okay. Great. Okay. That's fine. 9 seconds. This is where we're at. The ball should be hiked right now. That's enough to get a short route. Call a timeout then. I get it. You call a timeout at 30 seconds, right? But the problem is you have 3rd and 26. What are people talking about? What? Okay, say you call timeout at 23 seconds, right? You have 3rd and 26. There is no... Okay, the goal would be to get an out route, right? And try to get out of bounds, right? But you have to get it. How is this as bad of a call as people think? Because yes, okay, you call a timeout, 23 seconds left, you try to get an out route. And if you don't have a timeout. You had to call the last one on Caleb because he keeps taking forever to get to the line. And then, okay, forget it. Caleb is calling the play at 23 seconds. We're at 9, 8, 7. Everyone was lined up and ready at 9 seconds. Caleb doesn't hike the ball till 6. Okay? 5, 4. Caleb's just stepping up. Hesitates. Bombs it with 3 seconds left. Nothing. I get it. I get the thought process of you call timeout with 30 seconds left. You try to get an out route, get close. But what if you don't? What if you don't get out of bounds? I don't think it's a bad idea to get lined up, try to take a seam, right? Okay, 30 seconds left. You should have people lined up quicker than this. Anyway, you should get the ball out like 12 seconds. Everyone's at least standing. Okay, let me see. Everyone's standing at the line of scrimmage with 18 seconds. Everyone's back. Yes, you can argue this is coaching too, but also, Caleb, everybody's lined up by 9 seconds. You can't tell me that hiking the ball, having a short curl route or a seam route to gain 5, 6, 7 yards and call timeout, when you're at 3rd and 26, you're probably going to get 4th and 18 for a field goal. I don't think that's as crazy as people think. What are they talking about, dude? Okay, I get it. I get the thought process of the other way. But to sit here and think that the thought process of, okay, 3rd and 26, we only have a timeout left, and we have 30 seconds to get lined up, run a play, try to get like 8 yards, 6 yards, and try a long field goal. How is that as bad? That is not nearly as bad as people are acting like it is. Caleb is a big reason, and they lost the game. Caleb is a big reason why what just happened. He is. I'm not saying Eberflus was perfect, but okay, I was going to talk about all 3 games. We're already over an hour. Just on this drive. I don't know what else to say. Definitely not just Eberflus's fault. Caleb did a lot of wrong things, but again, that is okay. He's a rookie. But if we're going to act like we should be winning the Super Bowl already, then we need to hold Caleb accountable like we should be winning the Super Bowl already too. And if we're going to fire people, Ryan Poles needs to be gone too. Right? And if you get a new head coach and GM, you try to make it work with Caleb. If it doesn't work out, then you let them pick their own new one and then start from scratch. And if that doesn't work out, you fire them. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. Take what you can. Take care. Have a great night. Have a great day.